On this episode, we talk about stupid questions, integrity, and relationships on social media. You ask questions, and I answer them. This is the Ask Gary Vee Show. Hey everybody, this is Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is episode 109 of the Ask Gary Vee Show. India, let's get into, actually before I get into that, it's been really fun to get the wonderful feedback on social of how many people have missed the show. We were on a real roll there for 5 or 6 weeks, so not having a show for an entire week definitely built up the demand for episode 109, so I'm as equally fired up to deliver. The NBA Finals have been phenomenal. Stefan was super tough on me in basketball today. I heard what's this meme, Steve, that you're up to on like trying to create a fake show for Stefan? Is that what you're on? Or is it a real show?
Earlier? Yeah. No, that's the EP that he's going to be dropping.
Why don't you show Steve while he's talking?
Stefan has an album coming out. If you wanted to follow him on Twitter for more information.
Cool. Steve has a Reddit competitor website coming out in 3 months as well. Let's get into the show.
All right, cool. Nick links, bro.
Oh God! Oh my God! We have to talk about that at some point.
Yes.
All right.
I want to know. From Edward.
I mean, with the fan base.
You answer
That's a lot of black and white for you there, D-Rock. All right.
Eduardo asks, I don't understand why I barely see Gary Vee in my Twitter feed, but all over my Facebook account.
Eduardo, great statement, great question, and the answer is because of the attention graph. See, what I don't think people understand is Twitter's fire hose, and this is notwithstanding Chris Sacca's amazing rant that I haven't read, but so I can't even say it's amazing, but the amazing feedback to his amazing rant, and he's one of the great investors of this generation, a good friend of mine, and I'm dying to read it, and Chris, I promise I will read it, probably in late August when I'm with my family, while they're sleeping and I'm being a good dad, but I have a chance to read. I think Twitter's fire hose is just noisy, and I'm tweeting away, and I think I even double checked that one to see if you were following me, and you are. It's just busy, and there's a ton of shit going through your stream, and you're just not seeing it. And now that I've changed my profile picture, and you don't see the pink in the corner, you're really missing it. So, Facebook just has more attention, as does Instagram, which is the best at this game. Snapchat at some level, especially because you're holding it, but like using stream terminology, the streams, Instagram 1, Facebook 2, Twitter 3. A lot will jump in and leave comments on this episode of, no, for me it's Twitter, and I get that, people that have done a better job keeping a small group of following down. But as an overall big data play, Facebook is winning that game. It's more obvious. I just think, even like the UI, UX, Facebook posts are bigger. I just think that, I think Twitter's noisy, and I think the reason I picked this question, because I did forward this one to you, India, is because the question is the point that I'm trying to make, which is you're noticing it more because you're noticing it more. Think about that.
Christopher asks, you get questions all the time. Some you like, some you hate. Do you feel that there's such a thing as a stupid question?
Chris, I think, I'm not going to go cliche here. I think there's probably an enormous amount of stupid questions. There's a lot of stupid people with stupid points of view, but nobody gets to be the judge and the jury of that stupid. What may be stupid to me is not stupid to Stefan, and vice versa, and so thus, I think the judge and the jury, the person that makes the decision whether it's stupid, is making that decision. And so, I think 99% of the questions people ask me are stupid at some level, truthfully, especially when they're the things that come most natural to me, because people aren't asking me questions of biophysics or of the weather or traffic theory or just, actual traffic, not web traffic. People don't ask me a lot of questions about things that I'm not knowledgeable in, and so, I think all of us, when we have a depth of knowledge of something, can think things are stupid because we know them well and others don't. Stupid's an ugly word, by the way. I hate that goddamn word. But the energy of the question is there's a human that decides if it's stupid or not. And I think the politically correct answer to this question is no, you learn from it, in all that. And I'm into being PC. I think, I'm sure some of the homies here thought I would go that route with this answer, but not India, but D-Rock maybe, he gets tricked sometimes. And so that's that, guys. Yes, there are stupid questions. This question's amazing. Go ahead.
Ryan asks, my bro's been dating a girl for 2 years and she still refuses to acknowledge their relationship on social media. Red flag?
Ryan, your brother is in deep shit. Any relationship that is 2 years old where one of the people in the relationship has not acknowledged it publicly on a social network platform is up to some scandalous shit. Period. End of story. There's nothing else to being said there. I don't want to hear that you like to keep it private on the DL. Like, scandalous.
D-Rock, know which crowd he is?
It's
I have
Tommy.
absolutely no idea.
Tommy Lasorda. Let's do it.
This is Tommy Lasorda. Gary, I want to ask you, how do you keep your people motivated?
Tommy, thanks for the great question. Obviously, being one of the great managers of all time, this answer is going to become very easy to you and very natural. I think you'll get it. I think I spend a lot of time thinking about motivation, and I think the key for me is I try to motivate in a couple ways. Number one, by example. I think my actions will always speak louder than my words. So how I carry myself, how I interact with everybody, how I live my life as a man, I think really matters as an executive, as a person. I think everyone's always watching. But I also think I equally try to reverse engineer every single individual person, right? They're just all different. They all have different KPIs, different objectives. They're in different parts of their lives. Some are married, some just had kids, some are trying to make more money, some don't want to have 4 roommates in Brooklyn, so they're grinding. So everybody's got a different thing, and I think what's important for me to motivate is to do a great job listening to what makes them tick, both when I have the few moments with them in person. Like, Alex, get over here for a second. So let's do a real life example on the Ask Gary Vee show. Alex, what motivates you? What are you excited about? Like what
excited about?
Yeah,
like
what
what
motivates you in life?
I just like doing cool shit. That's it, pretty much. I want to be successful and just do cool shit. That's basically why I'm here, so
Cool, man. All right, get out of here. So, Alex is easy. He just wants to do cool shit, so that's easy. We do tons of cool shit. He's check, he's good, he's motivated. And you go on and on and on, and you try to figure out, was that he was scared that he was on camera, and is that the real answer? Are they gonna really tell me the truth? They never tell me the truth usually up front, few and far between. And so it's a constant, behavioral, HR-driven, reverse engineering what they care about. India and I had a pretty intense conversation about her future ambitions of remember you wanted to be the head of social media for museums and things I took that very seriously. I know these things about my peeps as long before India was on the inner circle of this team. I remembered it better than you did.
Yes, that's true.
Seriously,
It's true.
So I take an enormous, you don't get to be a great all-time leader without being a great all-time leader. So there's a lot of work that gets put into being good at what I do, and I'm very, very up to the challenge. And so it's predicated on an enormous amount of listening, which is why I'm such a paradox, because boy, do I love to talk, but the amount of listening that I'm actually doing always surprises people when they start going a couple of layers deeper. So the answer to your question is, I motivate Tommy by figuring out what every single person is ticked and wired and what makes them roll. And I also recognize that changes every single day. And they have 4 to 7, 12 milestone things that happen in their lives, which will change the trajectory of their ambitions, wants, hopes, and dreams. And I need to be prepared for every single one of those, for all of them, forever.
Dylan asks, do you still believe that there's integrity in the communications industry?
Dylan, I want to too, and I think the answer is there absolutely is, but I think that there's integrity, there's very little integrity in every single market. Advertising, politics, sports, music, the reason integrity is so attractive is it's so hard. It's far and few between it, and integrity is defined differently by everybody, and I think it's interesting to watch. I actually think society's giving people more room to be flawed, which is intriguing. I think the level of integrity, the way integrity is viewed viewed upon today, I think is in a much better place than it was by society, let's say 50 years ago, because I think we're now factoring in that nobody's perfect and we're making mistakes, even by standards like drugs and relationships and cheating, like intense stuff. I think there's an interesting evolution, and I think that that's allowed for a little bit more gray and a little bit more, if you're really on your high horse, creating a scenario where you judge integrity. But I think in a lot of ways there's plenty of integrity. I think there's a ton of integrity out there still. I think I've been saying this a lot lately. I said in another video, are we gonna bang out that video that I did just earlier today?
Which one? I mean, it's 4.
No, I know, the last one we did. That's
The Twitter one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stefan's working on it.
Yep.
In there I say, or me, no, I think there was a different one.
Another one.
It was in another one, I screwed up. But I'm a big fan of this thing that's on my mind right now, which is you find what you're looking for. I see integrity every day, and I think it's because I look for it, and I look half glass full. Like, this is Niagara Falls to me. Like, this is a very full glass, and I think that plenty of people can see plenty of what's missing. I think that's as much on you, my man, as it is on what's actually happening in the marketplace. Yeah, this is a good episode. Felt good about myself. Went deep. 109 was a deep episode. Just show DeMeo just for kicks and giggles. Let's go. No, the camera. Let's find him. DeMeo, the camera will find you. Don't try to hide.
What's up, everybody?
DeMeo, you get to ask the question of the day.
Oh boy. What are you gonna get AJ for his wedding?
You're asking the entire Vayner Nation?
No, I'm asking you.
No, this is not me. You messed up the question. But you know what? We're keeping that. What are you getting AJ for his wedding this weekend? You keep asking questions, we'll keep answering them. Yo.
Are you gonna do calls tomorrow on the road?
I'm willing to. Give me some give me like an hour to get speak to Liz. I want the kids set up, I don't give me some breathing room. But I'll take like an hour in there,